Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel Quaint. Many people believe labor pain is just bad luck or a cruel biological mistake. But labor pain evolved for a purpose. It is not an accident. It is a communication system, a survival tool, and engineered by millions of years of evolution. Actually, human childbirth is uniquely difficult because of two evolutionary pressures. First one is our large, highly developed human brain. This is the first reason. Second reason is our narrow pelvis adapted for walking upright. Yes, we are bipedal. Okay, we use our only two legs and our hands became free. This happened in the course of evolution. Anyway, we are talking about right now what's happening. At present, what's happening? At present, we are bipedal. And since we are bipedal, so there is a change in the shape and size of pelvis. It became narrower than previous one. Okay. So, two reasons are there. First one, our large, highly advanced human brain. Since brain is larger, since brain has become larger, okay, as compared to that era, millions of years ago, that means skull has become also larger. So what happens actually, this barely fits through the birth canal. This large brain, or better to say large skull or large head, baby's head, okay, barely fits through the birth canal. That means what? That means human childbirth is quite complicated. It's a high risk process. So, what is the requirement? It's a high risk process. Requirement is the survival of both mother and baby. That means precision is required during the childbirth. Precision is required. And that's why women feel that intense labor pain. This is the main reason why labor pain is so intense. In case of animals, okay, labor pain is not so intense. Because in their case, in case of animals, it is very easy. No assistance is required in case of animals. They can, childbirth occurs in case of animals without any assistance. But in case of humans, assistance is required. And you know that midwives, the first medical professionals, and if you study literature, then you can find that thousands of years ago they were available, midwives. Means during childbirth, any woman needs the help of other woman. This is the fact. But in case of animals, this thing does not happen. So, what is the main reason? Because main reason is pain is intense, labor pain is intense, and it is quite complicated process. So, since it is a high risk process, means evolution made this thing possible. Okay, it is a high risk process, so evolution favored intense pain. So, what is the use of this intense pain? Why evolution or the nature has designed this way? What is the reason? First reason is it makes the mother alert. Means actually mothers become more conscious, active and responsive in taking care of their babies. Okay, during childbirth, mothers become more alert this way due to this intense pain. One more thing is that due to pain there is a release of oxytocin, and this release of oxytocin actually contracts the uterine muscles. which is the requirement during childbirth. Without contractions, actually childbirth would stall. So these contractions are required during childbirth, and these contractions are triggered by the release of oxytocin, and oxytocin is released during that intense labor pain. Again, the same pain instinctively pushes the woman to change her position, seek support. Okay, since movement is involved, actually movement is required, and due to pain, women actually move. So this helps in the rotation of the baby inside the birth canal, and that is the requirement for the perfect orientation. Okay, for the required orientation or perfect orientation for childbirth, that rotation is required, and that rotation is possible if only the woman moves, changes her position, move. Okay, so you can see pain has a great role. Okay, next thing is this pain is, so now you have seen that pain is the requirement for the mothers. Okay, it is a kind of actually alarm and guidance systems for the mothers, this pain. And the same pain is useful for the baby also, baby too. Okay, the same pain. Okay, the baby actually does not feel that labor pain. Mothers feel that labor pain, and that pain is useful. Mother's pain is useful for the babies, because when contractions occur, that contraction actually help pushing out, that contractions help pushing out the amniotic fluid. So that is the requirement, and that is the requirement for the first breath. Just after birth, the first breath is the requirement, and that for that purpose, pushing out the amniotic fluid is the requirement, and that thing becomes possible only due to that contractions during childbirth. Next is since pain is involved, so actually there is a release of adrenaline, and which actually makes alert the baby just after birth. Again, maternal endorphins, these hormones actually cross into the baby's circulation, which protect the babies during childbirth, that endorphins. So the pain is useful, this labor pain is useful for the mother as well as for the baby. Okay, just after childbirth, what happens? Something incredible happens. Extreme pain, then emotional relief, then oxytocin surge. This creates what? This creates the strongest bond in nature between mother and infant, mother and her baby. Means, better to say here, mother-infant connection. Okay, mother-infant connection. And you know that mother-infant connection, this is one of the strongest bonds in nature. And this happens due to what? Due to those things, that extreme pain, then emotional relief, and then oxytocin surge. You know oxytocin. Anyway, so many reasons are there. Yes, modern medicine is there. Still, that evolutionary purpose remains. Evolutionary purpose remains. Modern medicine actually do what? Modern medicine helps ease the pain by using epidurals, nerve blocks, breathing techniques, medical monitoring. So many things are available. This is known to you. Okay, these things can reduce the pain during childbirth. But the main purpose of evolution, that cannot be erased by these things. Means evolutionary purpose remains. Labor pain is intense because human childbirth is intense. And this labor pain actually helps so many ways. Now you know all these things. And I have already made the comparison between animals and human. Okay, in case of animals, actually they have a wider pelvis. So actually in that case no assistance is required, labor pain is not so intense. That means childbirth is easier as compared to humans. And scientists, in case of humans, scientists call this actually obstetric dilemma. Just because of those two evolutionary pressures, large head and narrow pelvis. And this actually happened in the course of evolution. Millions of years ago, when humans were not bipedal, okay, that time situation was different. Labor pain was not so intense that time because pelvis were wider that time. Okay, but at present there is a change. It has become narrowed. Anyway, so these are the reasons. Okay, so that means labor pain is not bad luck. It is not a mistake. It is not a cruel biological mistake, labor pain. This is really useful. So this was all about today's video. Okay, today's topic. Question was what? Why labor pain is so intense? Now you know this is the actual requirement. This helps in so many ways for the survival of both mother and baby. This is the requirement. Survival of both mother and baby. Okay. Anyway, so this was all about today's topic and this is the end of this video. If you found this video interesting, so please like, share and subscribe to our channel. This is the end. Thanks for watching.